Well, after 2 long weeks of waiting and talking about it, Super Bowl 47 is about to get underway. BETDAQ has 2 handicap markers for this game, San Francisco -3.5 and San Francisco -4. The total being offered is 48.5. Now, we've analyzed this game from just about every different angle here on BETDAQ NFL. There's no doubt that throughout the regular season, the San Francisco 49ers were the better team in every measurable way. They had the better record, they had the better offense, they had the better defense, they played a tougher schedule, so it's understandable they're a favorite in this game. However, Baltimore's won back-to-back games against what many people thought were the 2 best teams in the NFL in Denver and New England, and won both of those games on the road. There's no doubt that Baltimore is playing their best football right now. So, what do we make of this game? Well, I have my opinions, and my first and strongest opinion is that this will be a low-scoring game. I do like the under here. 48.5 is the total. And I realize I'm bucking a strong trend, maybe the strongest trend this game has going, and that is the over is 9-1 in the 10 games that Colin Kaepernick has started at quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers. No question about that. And I've thought long and hard about it, but with these 2 defenses, with a week off, these defenses had 2 weeks to prepare. You know, I have a lot of confidence that San Francisco's defense is going to really give the Baltimore offense trouble. And since Kaepernick's taken over, with the exception of the St. Louis Rams, not many defenses have really stopped that San Francisco offense. But again, the Baltimore defense playing their best football of the year. We've talked about their veteran core of Terrell Suggs, Ray Lewis, and Ed Reed not being on the field together until their first playoff game against Indianapolis. Ever since those 3 have been on the field together, the Ravens have looked like the Ravens of old, the Ravens we've been used to seeing for the last 10, 15 years. This regular season, they were not that team on defense. They finished the year ranked 17th in the league in total defense. But I do think we're going to see a really good defensive effort from Baltimore in this game. And it wouldn't surprise me, and I've said this seems like the last few games Kaepernick has played, and it hasn't really happened. If you recall, I liked Atlanta in the NFC Championship game, got out with a push in that game after San Francisco won by 4. The primary reason I liked Atlanta was I liked their quarterback better. Matt Ryan at home going up against young Colin Kaepernick. Not that Kaepernick hasn't amazed me just like everybody else with his play of late, but I just thought a young guy like that, bound to turn the ball over once or twice in a pressure-packed situation on the road like that. That did not happen, though. Kaepernick, only 5 incomplete passes in the NFC Championship game. It was Matt Ryan with 2 second-half turnovers. So Kaepernick, even though Ryan played maybe the best first half of his entire career, you'd have to say over the course of the game, Kaepernick outplayed him. However, I'm going with similar rationale here. Not that I think Joe Flacco is better than Colin Kaepernick, because I don't necessarily. Even though Flacco's been playing better the last couple of weeks, I don't think Flacco's a Matt Ryan, for example. But I do think Kaepernick is going to be forced into a turnover or 2 by this veteran Ravens defense. I mean, through the years, I've just seen it so many times. Ed Reed, the veteran free safety, tricking young quarterbacks, lulling them to sleep. And even though the 49ers passing game, we don't want to call it basic under Kaepernick, but certainly some of the complexity in the passing game has diminished since Kaepernick's been quarterback. That's because they run the ball so well. Now, they were already number 1 in the league in rushing offense before Kaepernick took over, but the added dimension, the dimension that Kaepernick brings the offense with his legs, with the read option they've been working in there, they really don't have to do much in terms of complexity in the passing game. What has been there, Colin Kaepernick has been able to take advantage of. However, like I said, I just don't have a whole lot of faith in him and the San Francisco 49ers offense in general against this Baltimore defense. And as I mentioned, I do not have much faith in the Ravens offense against the 49ers defense either. So my favorite bet in this game is under 48.5. In terms of the handicap, I have a Baltimore lean here. Baltimore's a 4-point underdog, and I think the points might come in handy. This does feel like a close, low-scoring game to me, and even though I do have my concerns, real concerns about just how Baltimore is going to score in this game, I think I like the Ravens in the points. You know, Joe Flacco throws maybe the best deep ball in the NFL, certainly one of the best deep balls in the NFL, and the 49ers secondary has shown some vulnerability in this postseason. However, I'm quick to point out, there's no question the 49ers' last 2 opponents, Green Bay and the Atlanta Falcons, they do pass the ball a little bit better than Baltimore. But Baltimore, the downfield threat, Joe Flacco to Torrey Smith, or maybe even Jacoby Jones, who we found at the end of that Denver game to send it in overtime. I think they're going to connect on a deep pass or two. We went through some of the prop bets a couple of days ago here on BETDAQ NFL. We'll go through some more tomorrow. And some of the prop bets I like, for example, are over 46.5 yards for the longest scoring play. And some of that is because I do think that Joe Flacco is going to be able to have some success. It might be spotty success because I don't think Baltimore is going to consistently move the ball, but wouldn't be surprised if Flacco found Torrey Smith for a deep ball or two. And in a nip-and-tuck game, especially for a 4-point underdog, that might be enough. Like I said, I envision a low-scoring, close game here. I do like under 48.5. Also have a lean towards Baltimore +4. Of course, these won't be my only bets in this game. We mentioned the props part 1 that we did a couple of days ago when I talked about 5 or 6 prop bets I like. Tomorrow we're going to put up another one. BETDAQ's also offering 51 player props, and there are several of those I'm going to get involved in. So the Super Bowl is unlike any other game. I like to have as many bets as possible. As I said in the props video, I would like to make every single play meaningful to me or come to as close as I possibly can. And with 80 prop markets being offered on BETDAQ, BETDAQ users have the opportunity to do just that. So it's under 48.5 for me in this game. It's Baltimore +4, and it's a wide variety of props. Best of luck to you in whatever you decide to do in this game, just so long as your interest doesn't conflict with my interest.